When people like hear about peptides, stem cells, testosterone, they think it's steroids.
I became obsessed. Macros, dieting, what works, what doesn't work, what fads, and I tried it all. And it wasn't until I came across, I got shredded. I started building muscle. I'm like, all right, we're onto something.
If you ask me, I think they're putting the food to where men are getting less and less and less natural testosterone because...
You want to know a little secret about it?
What it is, Brad Lea back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs. Today, folks, as always, I got a real treat for you. This guy here didn't just survive rock bottom. He built a damn launch pad off of it. From being broke, addicted, aimless to becoming a high-level habit coach, changing thousands of lives, he's a living case study in what happens when discipline hits desperation. I forgot to say also, entrepreneur, business owner, all around freaking badass. He's not pushing some fluffy, you got this mindset. He's here to punch you in the face with the truth. You are the problem. And that's the good news because it means you're also the solution. So whether it's shedding weight, building structure, or conquering inner chaos, this dude brings relentless accountability and results to people who are sick of their own excuses. Now he's building a movement around simple rules, consistent action, and non-negotiable follow through. You're feeling stuck, undisciplined, unsure, fat, overweight, out of shape, tired of looking like a flub dub. This conversation could change it all. Ladies and gentlemen, Arturo ASARO. Is it ASARO?
ASARO, yeah.
Arturo ASARO, folks. You can follow him at ASARO_5. YouTube, Let's Talk About It series is getting quite popular. He's got a coaching program. You just DM ASARO to apply. He'll respond himself. LinkedIn, Arturo ASARO, which is founder of Macro Fit, which is a meal prep company. Is that where you started, the meal prep?
Yes.
So let's talk about when you were rock bottom. What was rock bottom for you?
Rock bottom was growing up. I did everything right. Had the coaches, had the support with the family to pursue golf. That was my ambition. That was my life goal.
You ever see the that Mexican golf movie?
The movie, yeah.
That's a true story.
True story.
You know, my friend produced that.
Really?
Yeah, it was a good movie.
It was. Yeah,
that's a true story, though. Was that? Did you ever see it, or did you know about that story? What made you want to do golf?
I was just one of those kids. I grew up in Southgate, California. I actually live across the street from a park, and that park has a small par 3 golf course. My elementary was walking distance from the park, so I would see it every day. Walking to school, my mom always thought that I was just looking at the squirrels, but I was watching the golfers. And I would watch it on TV. It was Tiger Woods was my hero. And I remember once walking into a swap meet, and I wanted a golf set. I'm like, ama, lo quiero. Like, I want it. And she's like, no, you're not going to golf. So she didn't buy them for me. I was 10 years old when my neighbor, for his birthday, his grandma gifted him a set. At that point, he took me to the first time to going to the golf course. And I fell in love with the game. Every single weekend I was there. Every single weekend I was telling my dad, let's go. My dad had a jewelry store in La Pacific, HP. So he was a workaholic. He worked 7 days a week. And the one times that he did have a rest day, he just wanted to hang out at the house. But it was one time, he's like, you know what? All right, let's go. Stop bitching, let's go. I'm there with him. The starter of the golf course, his name is Pete Morales, huge local legend, talks to my dad. He's like, hey, is that your boy? He's like, yeah, it's my son. He's like, he's here all the time. Like, would you be interested in me giving him some private lessons? He's like, sure, why not? After that, every single day after school, 3 hours, 4 hours until the sun went down, until my hands were bleeding. That was from when I was 10 to 12 years old.
How good did you get?
Pretty damn good. I was a +4 going into college. So I got out. From there, I lived in Southgate. Southgate didn't have a golf team. I started winning tournaments all around the city, the county, started traveling. And then my golf coach had a contact at the local high school in Downey, which is another district. And he's like, hey, we need this kid in our team. But I live in Southgate. So I had to go sit down with the principal. And he straight up told me, he's like, look, I don't give a fuck how good you are at golf. Kids from your area have a bad rep. So one fuck up and you're done. That was the only conversation I needed in his office. I got the permit, went to Warren. Freshman year, I was varsity. Freshman year, I was CIF. I was doing it. World championships in Thailand. I was traveling the world. Got a full scholarship, and life. I had one fuck up, and my dad always told me, because I was really competitive. He's like, "Look, if you want to be great, you have to say no to a lot of things, other sports, distractions." It was an off day. We didn't have class. It was 3 days before our season started. Some of the guys wanted to go play basketball. I'm like, just a little bit of cardio. What's the big deal? First game, fine. Second game, I go for a layup, and I land on some kid's ankle, fracture my ankle. From there, doctor visits, MRIs. I was out. I was done. My career was done. I redshirted for a year, 2 years, lost a scholarship, came
Over
home.
a broken ankle?
The problem was it was on the rotator, so it wouldn't heal properly. I'm right-handed, so I couldn't shift into my left side. It was just too painful. And for me to actually hit the ball, I would actually just stay on my right side, but then you have no power. You have no distance. You have no control. So my game went to shit. So that was 3 years, 4 years of just dealing with that injury. They said there was a special procedure they can do where they would drill into the bone, cause it to heal, reheal, but that cartilage was going to be weakened. So I was going to have complications down the road. So I'm like, yeah, let's not do that. Let's just give time to the body to heal. And about 4 years later, I'm 21, feeling a little bit better. So I tried playing again, and next, I ended up getting decussation tendinitis on the wrist because I was trying to practice 8 hours a day. My body wasn't acclimated to it like I was when I was growing up. So then my body started fighting me. So I'm like, fuck, I can't even grip the club because my wrist was so swollen. I couldn't pick up a phone. After that, I was like, you know what? It's not for me. I'm like, you know what? Let me just get my bachelor's. I wanted to get my bachelor's in business management. So I went to the local school, Cal State LA, finished school, working part-time jobs here and there just to kind of scrap by. The family was like, look, you got to get a job. Like you're already 22, 23. Like you got to figure shit out already. And I was rock bottom. I lost everything. I had no identity because imagine I did everything for the sport. So depending on how well I played was how confident and fucking badass I felt. I would win a tournament. I was top of the world. You couldn't touch me. Everyone would say like, oh, like you're playing for second if Arturo Sar's going to sign up for the tournament. And then to not have that, I didn't know who the fuck I was. I didn't know what I liked. Golf was everything for me. So I was just bullshitting, sleeping around, wasting time, just wasting my potential. And I had a part-time job at an insurance office. And behind that desk, I was simply looking around like, this is the life I want to live. Like, this is it for me. Like, no, there has to be something more. Fuck that. I didn't want my name to be associated with just potential because that was the word in the street. That was people that like, I was a local legend. Like, oh, Art, like he's playing tournaments, he's winning, he's going to be on tour, he's going to make it. Oh, he's not playing anymore. So what is he doing? I don't know.
Working over at State Farm.
Working at Mercury Insurance. Infinity Insurance, yeah.
That's kind of a letdown.
Fuck yeah. And like, and that was the thing. A customer would walk across, sit down, I would help them bind their insurance and educate them about insurance and the proper coverage and their exposure. And then little did they know that I was traveling the world trying to pursue my passion, what I was meant to, because sometimes people, they choose sports, they elect sports, right? Oh, I want to play this, I want to play that. I truly felt that golf had come into my life, like it chose me. Like Hispanic in early 2000s, like you didn't see Hispanic kids, Mexican kids playing on the golf course. When I was in Thailand, they thought I was Indian because they're like, Mexicans don't play the sport. Like,
wonder why that is.
Stigmas, lack of, yeah. I mean, there's not many Hispanic players. Now there is. Carlos Ortiz.
When you think Mexican in sports, you think boxing,
soccer.
Mm-hmm. You don't think golf.
I mean, Formula One. What?
But there's some good Mexican golfers. Wasn't there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, no, there's
Handful anyway.
a handful. But going back to it, I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I need to. I had discipline because I knew what it take to do something great in an area. So I'm like, you know what? I need to. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I just need to rechannel all that intent inward. So I became obsessed. I'm like, look, I got to control my body. I control my mind, but I need to know how to properly do that.
Does the mind control the body, or does the body control the mind?
The mind controls everything. The body will tell you it's tired, it's hungry, but if you allow it, it'll steer you the wrong way.
It's like right now, I'm sore as shit, but dude, like
you got to do it.
Well, I'm just telling my mind, like, dude, that's the proof that it's working.
It's working. Your body's talking to you.
Yeah. But the body, if I listen to my body, dude, I'm done. I don't like this shit.
It's seeking comfort all the time. But going back to that, I'm like, all right, I got to understand proper nutrition. So I started going heavy on I became obsessed. Macros, dieting, what works, what doesn't work, what fads. And I tried it all. And it wasn't until I came across macros to understand, okay, well, there's a science to this. I like numbers. Let me figure this shit out. So I set my macros. I'm like, all I got to do is, and I start like a video game. I'm like, all right, if I hit these power levels, if I hit these numbers, I'm going to get this result. So let's try it. And I got shredded. I started building muscle. I'm like, all right, we're onto something. Did that for a year. I'm like, okay, well, if I can do it for myself, let me see if I can teach someone. My older brother, he got laid off. He was a foreman for an installation company in Southern California. He hits rock bottom. He gets laid off. He's overweight. He's 25 at the time. And I didn't mean to embarrass him. It wasn't to embarrass him. I walked into his room one day. He's laid out, gut out in his chonies, his boxers. And there's an empty pizza box, Little Caesars, with the 2-liter Coke. And he just passed the fuck out. And I took a picture. Again, not to embarrass him, not to talk shit. And I sent it to him. Like, this is 25. Like, this is what you want for yourself. That very next day, we had a drive to go visit my mom in Moreno Valley. It's about 80 miles, like an hour and a half, depending on traffic. If you're from LA, you know what that means. And we talked. I'm like, look, there's more to life. We need to both get our shit together. So he's like, all right, let's do it. So I taught him macros. It took me 3 months to break it down to him, to understand, like, hey, for every 1 gram for carbs, it's 4 calories. Every 1 gram of protein, 4 calories. Every 1 gram of fats, 9 calories. And I fucking wrote it down, broke it down. I'm like, these are your goals. These are your numbers. You hit these numbers, you'll lose weight. And sure enough, Instagram started popping off at the time. He started recording and posting his meals. He started getting amazing results. One of his friends comes to the house. He's cooking up a meal. She's like, hey, that smells good. Can I have one? Makes her the meal. Her name's Vanessa Chaidez. Shout out to Vanessa. She takes those meals to work. Next thing you know, everyone from her office is ordering. Like, wait a minute, we got something here. My brother's a chef. He's amazing in the kitchen. So what I was able to teach him, he started just one client turned to
whipping up meals that are already the right
balance.
macros.
Balance, yeah, proper balance of protein, carbs, and fats. We're Hispanic, so we have a little sazon in our dishes, a little spice, little seasoning. But with the proper portioning, control, the cooking process is another one. People started loving it. So from our house, we went from 1 client to 300 clients. We started prepping 3,000 meals from our residents, from our stoves. We had 15 employees. I'll show you the video. It looked like a sweatshop. I had 4 commercial refrigerators, a whole assembly line in my living room. It was so bad that we actually had to we partnered up with my mom to bring proteins from her kitchen that she was cooking from Moreno Valley to transport them to LA, because we did the carbs and the prep, but the cooking schedule didn't allow us to do both. We did that for 3 years, and we were just prepping. It was a trap house of meals. I'll tell you a quick story. It's Monday afternoon, around midday. I hear a knock. My front door. I was always shitting bricks because it's like, it's only a matter of time. I live in the corner of a busy intersection, Tweedy and Atlantic. And the park's right in front of the house. There's a big parking lot. People see the traffic. Like, there's always action coming in. People from the park would scream out across, hey, ¿qué venden? What are you guys selling? Like, comidas. Oh. So it's only a matter of time before the health department, the neighbors, the city that come crashing down.
Or police thinking you're a drug house.
Thank you. So guess what? There's a police car, Southgate PD in front of my house, and there's 2 officers in front of my door. I'm shitting bricks. So luckily there's no prep tables, there's no food out. So then I'm like, good morning. And they're stern voice, is this macrofit? I'm like, well, not today, but yes. Oh, we want more information. We want to order. Some of the guys in the department, they're eating, they're getting great results. Like, we want in. I'm like, fuck. And I give them a breakdown. At that time, we did everything a lo pendejo, meaning chicken scratches. We had index cards. I would text you the menu for the week. You would text me back. I would handwrite it, give you the total. You pull up to the house. I had 2 runners that run out of the house with their meal bags. Cash. Straight cash. Here you go, Brad. Give me the change or whatever it is. And we did that for 3 years. But we're like, you know what? We gotta build this. We gotta establish it. We gotta legitimize it. We looked all around the local areas to find a location. And luckily, behind our house is a plaza, a little shopping plaza. There was a 2,200 square foot vacant old insurance office. The irony. That's going to be our first location. So we signed the lease. We did a full build out, infrastructure, grease traps, plumbing, electrical, everything. And it was a shit show because at that time I was already 25. Memo was 28. We didn't know anything about anything. So we made all the fucking mistakes in the book. But every day, every week, 52 weeks out of the year, we prep. Doesn't matter. Holidays, doesn't matter. Birthdays, we did it. So we funded our own build out. We took no loans. Actually, no, I lied. We borrowed $10,000 from our grandma because throughout the construction, we had $250,000 saved up and we spent it all because we had state-of-the-art equipment, epoxy flooring, FRP, everything. And we ran out of money, borrowed $10,000 from my grandma, but we opened up shop. That was back in from 2015 to 2018. So I saw an issue with the market. I saw people wanting to get healthy because the health is priority, but they didn't have a solution. They didn't have an option. Macrofit was that option. And then it was great. It was awesome.
Because most of it's diet, basically.
80% of the diet, for sure. Because you can't out-train a shitty diet.
Yeah, so a lot of people always think it's you have to go and kill yourself at the gym and do this and do that. And it's really not that difficult. Yeah. It's like that accelerates, in my opinion. What do you think about that?
No,
it's better to eat perfect and do that.
Do activity. Yeah. That's the trifecta: proper nutrition, training, and recovery. But if you had to prioritize each, if you do your nutrition on point, you can not half-ass the training, but let's say life. You have a busy day, you're going back-to-back recordings, you can't be at the gym for an hour. So hey, a walk, a light workout can get you to the
push-ups
at home, burpees. Yeah. It can go a long way, but people do the opposite. They go to the gym for an hour, try to kill themselves. They feel accomplished. And so they go reward themselves with the meal, a Gatorade. I lived in the same area for 35 years. So I see people walk around the park, run around the park every single day. They're not making progress. They're just spinning their wheels because finishing that run, they'll go home and have a healthy breakfast with all the wrong shit. And they're not progressing. And it's frustrating. So that's why Macrofit came in. That's why we started.
Is it, you're still in business?
Yeah.
Is there a website?
There's macrofit.com. You'll be able to see our weekly menus.
Do you do interstate or just
No,
LA?
Just local.
So you got to figure out how to get it interstate. You got me wanting to order this shit because it sounds like you got killer meals.
We do.
And I got a couple of buddies that own, some pretty good sized meal prep companies. But they ship.
Yeah.
Like I'll wake up, there'll be a box in my house. Yeah. Freaking, you need to go international. Because your shit probably is the best tasting, and that's what matters when you go meal prep.
But let me ask you something, Brad. Because I've tried all the other companies, and I'm not gonna mention them, but when you ship, what do you have to do for the food?
Freeze it.
Yeah.
So your shit's fresh.
So
you make me want to go down to LA just to eat.
Look, you'll come to LA. We'll work out at the gym. My commercial kitchen's a mile away from the gym, so we'll get some meals.
You sell every
Macrofit.
member, I'm sure, meal prep.
Correct. And program. At the gym, we have a coffee bar. And I'll go more into details about the coffee bar. But the cool thing is that everything was family owned. Everything, my mom's in the business, my brother's in the business. We've recruited all our local friends. and youngsters.
I got some people in LA.
Yeah.
How far away from where you are do you deliver? Or do people still come to the house?
People still come to, no, well, technically they're still coming to the house because it's in the same area. But no, interesting enough, still my business is 90% pickup to this day. People make a day, they make their Sunday out of it, Monday out of it. They'll go have breakfast, their family, go to church, and like, hey, let's go pick up our meals. Jesus, you'll go to church with Stephanie, and then they'll come pick up their meals. Well,
you have to preserve them somehow. They're not going to last all week, are they?
No. So we do guarantee the freshness from Monday to Friday. Any issues after that, obviously you have to freeze it. Any issues in that time frame, no questions, money back guarantee.
You just put them in the fridge?
That's it.
That's all you need.
That's it. We've been doing this long enough to where we know what ingredients hold the best, right? Because it is meal prepping, and you're going to have the best quality freshness in LA. That's for sure.
Well, a lot of listeners in LA, I'm sure they're going to go hit up MacroFit and give it a try. Because I mean, even if you're not out of shape, like if you're in shape, you're already doing this shit, and you make it easy.
Yeah. With the menu that I offer, I wanted to hit every box. So we said, hey, you want already prep meals to portion out to 8 ounces, 6 ounces, 150 grams of carbs. It's a bitch because you order, Brad, I have an assembly line. Your order comes up and it is hand prepped to the T.
Really?
There's weigh stations in every actual carb, protein, veggies. So we're weighing everything.
What if you don't like veggies?
You can do all protein. And that's another thing I was gonna say. If you want everything already, hey, carbs, veggies, 6 ounces, you got it. You want just protein, we can do all protein. Protein by the pound, raw, you got it. We deliver it.
What kind of meats do you offer?
Then that's where we get a little tricky, because in the beginning we wanted to offer everything. And we had 20 items. Different, not only protein, but in cooking, different salsas, marinades, everything. And it's logistically your cost of goods sold, everything. But we said, hey, we saw the numbers, we saw what actually people are ordering. You have your good quality steak, your chicken, your ground turkey, and your fish. Whether it be a tilapia, sway, salmon, or cod cakes, all that stuff, we do it.
No bison?
Bison, now this is where I work with a lot of clients who are either prepping and wanting specific options. We can customize it, obviously for a premium, but we will take care of it.
Okay, so you got this meal prep.
Yeah.
Eventually you stood, I'm going to go get the gym going.
So interesting enough, I wanted to venture out to local businesses. So the best way to do it, well, if you had a gym in the area, I know for a fact that your clients are not following your meal plans, because that's the biggest struggle. You give someone a meal plan, they still have to go shop, cook, clean, and their cooking isn't the best. So they're not wanting to eat that shit. So I'm like, you know what? What if I go to all the local gyms, offer them a business plan to say, hey, you have an audience, I have a product, let's do business. Give me access to, market to your clients every week. I'll put in a fridge. I'll put in a custom, beautiful stainless steel fridge, branded, where you send me the orders every week. I'll deliver it. Key drop delivery to your gym. That way your clients have their meals fresh for the week. And we had every local gym in the area on the model. There was a gym a mile down the road called Force 12. And we had a contract with them. The previous owner, this was 2019, 2020, he wanted out of the business. So he comes into my office. We're sitting at the table with the team talking about operations, goals, and Jesus walks in and he's like, hey, I thought he wanted to renegotiate terms. And he's like, hey, I want out. His space is beautiful. High ceilings, industrial, a lot of parking, spacious. You walked in there and it just had a special aura. He's like, I want out. This is my number. I looked at my brother, looked at the number. Here's your deposit. Don't talk to anyone else. We want it. And we talked and said, hey, look, even if we just had our own private gym for us to just hang out, we don't make any money. We break even. How cool would that be? Our own private gym. Because at the time, all we had was the commercial gyms, LA Fitness, 24. And that's another issue that we saw in the market. It's just, there's no vibe. There's no, we say they're soulless. They're just commercial, right? They just want you to pack it in as many clients as possible, and that's it. I mean, what gym do you go to around here, Brad?
I go to Cult Fitness.
Cult Fitness, privately owned?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. See,
it's a little, you know, good one.
And what
the other one I would go to would be Dragon's Lair.
I've been straight there. Yeah.
But Cult Fitness, you know, I probably shouldn't say that. Now, I mean, it's crazy now what happens. I get people showing up here, but I go to Cult Fitness.
Yeah.
And it's a cool spot. It was called Fitness 19. Then they sold it to whoever owns it now.
Yeah.
And whoever owns it now knows what they're doing because they came in, they got all the badass equipment. It's a small box. I don't see personal training being offered. I don't know if it does that because I just go in, do my shit, and leave. But it is a cool little spot. It's not a commercial gym.
Yeah.
Now I have a membership at Lifetime. Probably have one at EOS. No, I don't. I did because there was the only gym when I was in Nashville that I could find open. But I like the ones like you got.
Yeah.
With the vibe, they know what they're doing. There's culture, the right equipment.
Yeah. And that,
but it doesn't have a coffee bar. What's up with that?
I'll get to that. So yeah, we go into that mindset. Like, look, let's go in it and we'll just make it work. At the time, there's another gym that we're doing business with, and they needed to expand. So I'm actually saying, okay, well, we don't know anything in the gym space. We've been on the nutrition, the meals aspect for the previous 5 years. Why don't we partner up with them? They take care of the training. They had a great reputation. They're amazing in the area. And we do the meal prep, and it's just going to be a powerhouse. We'll just take over. Business. I'm sure you've had in the past certain partnerships that just don't work out.
Yep.
Right. Not everyone's working at your scale. Not everyone's working at your pace, your vision. Right away, we started having, it didn't help that COVID hit. And next, you know, we're having way too many issues. So I pull the plug with the negotiations, the partnership agreement. And I say, look, we're already doing all the work. We're already investing all the capital. We're already making all the mistakes. If we sink this motherfucking ship, then let's do it on our terms. So that's what we did. And it was the best decision ever. From there, it's been a roller coaster because March 3rd, we opened. March 16th, COVID hit. And imagine coming to work one day and then someone coming to your door and saying, hey, you're not essential. Close your doors. We had already invested $500,000. We already had our community excited because best believe we were telling the whole world, like, hey guys, something big is coming. Madhouse is coming. And the next, you know, health department, the city coming down saying, hey, close your doors. I was getting fined $500 per occurrence per every time they were coming out. And I would talk to them like, look, I mean, how is this not essential? At the time, there's no vaccine, and even the vaccine, we can talk about it. The only thing that gave you the fighting chance with this was having a healthy immune system. How do you get that?
Work out, eat right.
What the fuck am I offering?
Yeah, no, it was definitely essential. But you know, did you stay open?
Absolutely.
You're one of those ones that stayed open?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
A lot of them got a lot of attention for staying open because they were just all over social media and you were like cheering them on because like we all knew, or most of us knew.
Most, but not all.
No, dude, it's surprising how many dipshits are in the world. Like they couldn't see through the bullshit. Like I could see right through it from day one. Now, no, I take it back. Day one, I thought it's worse than they're saying.
Right.
And they're trying to scare people.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying not to scare people. But this, like, everyone's going to fucking die, I bet. Yeah. And then 30 days later, I saw a news channel saying, you know, the hospitals are filled. Well, I would drive by the hospital to go home, and it wasn't filled. And I'm like, wait a minute. So that night, I saw a news thing, and it was in the emergency room, and it just looked overwhelmed, and everybody was dying. And I said, you know what? I have jumped in this, by the time this happened, I was already home. I sent everybody home. I thought, man, this is crazy. So I drove down to the hospital and I walked in, and it was not busy at all. And I just said,
You questioned it.
is this the hospital? It was just on the news? They said, no news was here. And it was that hospital because I drove to it. And it wasn't filled at all. And I'm like, dude, this is weird. Why are they saying that everybody's dying and this is filled when it's not filled and nobody's dying, or nobody there anyway? So I knew it was a scam at that point. And I said, this is bullshit. And then I came back to work and
Come back in.
I told everybody, hey, if you want to come to the office, go ahead. But if you don't, and I stayed open, whether no one came and told me to close, by the way. I never knew how that worked. They showed up at your door.
Yeah.
See, nobody even came here, maybe because it's an office building, but I kept it open and I just deemed myself essential. Yeah. I said, this is essential. No one came though. I just stayed open.
When it came down to it, it required you to drive to the hospital because you had questions. You're like, hey, let me check this out. So it required a little bit of action. You weren't just internalizing everything when you heard, because if that was the case, you would have locked yourself in the door with your family and just.
We did that for 30 days. We were spraying packages. I called my assistant to go to Costco and get food, and then I kept saying, like, how is Costco allowed to be open? Like, that also didn't make sense. Why were little stores like yours shut down, but the big ones were wide open?
All of them wide open.
You can't get COVID there, but you can get COVID at your spot.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
It wasn't clicking.
Yeah, I was like, dude, there's something going on here. Yeah. Then they wanted you to get the vaccine like it was freaking
they're just
mandatory. I said, oh no,
you gotta travel. Boom, you gotta show this. Yeah, it was bad.
And I said, nope. I told my wife, we're moving to the mountains if they start forcing it, because I'm not taking that shit. They want you to have it too bad. They were begging people. I drive by this Larry Flint's Hustler strip club on the freeway. There was a big sign outside that said free lap dances with every vaccine. I'm like, are you shitting me?
That's marketing.
Like, dude, what's going on? Like, why do they want you to have it so badly?
Too much.
No. And it wasn't because everyone was dying, because I knew people that got it.
Right.
And they were overweight. They were old. Hell no.
You didn't get COVID?
Hell no. I got
No,
COVID.
not the vaccine. I'm saying I'm COVID. Did you catch COVID?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Once.
Same for me. Once.
Yeah. And my wife, it was on Christmas Eve. My wife isn't feeling very good. So she takes a COVID test, which was basically just a fucking flu test.
Right.
And she started crying. I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, I got COVID. And so I'm like, oh shit. And you still don't want it, because even if you didn't believe it, but I said, oh shit. So she felt bad the first day. I felt fine. Then the next day I woke up and my back felt like it does right now.
Just achy.
Yeah. Like, cause right now it's just cause I
haven't been working out. Your smell?
Yeah.
That was bizarre for me.
It was.
Because I had the flu before, aches, yes. Me not smelling, not tasting, which is bizarre.
It was weird.
Yeah.
But what I did, because I had saw what Joe Rogan did. And so I called the same people that gave him what he had. And I said, get over here. Now the whole family was over for Christmas Eve. So now we all had it. So I said, do us all. And it was like $5,000 a pop. But I'm like, I don't care. We're IV'd up, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
And, I felt shitty for maybe a day. And then the next day I was fine, but I couldn't taste or smell for a bit. But what's weird is I could feel when it was gone. In other words, it felt weird. It was almost like man-made. It wasn't normal, like flu feeling. It was like weird feeling. And everyone kept saying, when are you going to test to see if it's gone? And I said, I still have it. I can feel it. And then one day I woke up and I'm like, it's gone. And I could feel it was gone. And then I tested and it was gone. But I never got the vaccine. Hell no.
My
crazy. Now people know what's going on with that vaccine. And there's proof out now that like, ooh, you better not have got that. But if people did get it, here's what I recommend. There's protocols to get that spike protein out. I would get that shit out if I were people. And now it's on the child vaccination suggestions. It's like, dude, with all the proof, it's still there.
Right.
They would rather you get this vaccine than COVID. Like, pass, I'll take COVID.
They wanted you to take the vaccine, stay indoors, where the real pandemic is the lack of education when it comes to nutrition, the lack of activity. I mean, what if the statistics are showing that by 2030, having a fit body will be more luxurious and rare than a Rolex? Like that's where
because the food we eat
the
is
lifestyle.
garbage. The preservatives they put in food, fast food, especially in America, dude. We're probably the worst off. It's the food we're eating,
right?
But it's macro fit.
That's
one of the solutions. Now, let me ask you a question: how many times am I supposed to eat a day?
That is dependent on your schedule. Now, how much is your activity? What are your goals? If you're wanting to just drop a little bit of weight, eating 3 times a day, you're good. Having a protein shake, so 3 times and a protein shake, you're more than good.
What about 1 time?
You could do it
and
one
a protein
time.
shake.
That's perfectly fine. We talked a little bit about intermittent fasting. That takes a little bit of control because you have to have a window of discipline to say, hey, I'm not going to eat. And then, hey, we're eating and then we're not eating.
But how hard is that?
But how hard is it for someone to walk 10,000 steps a day? Yeah, you're only walking 2,000. It's not hard. You're right. But the easy shit, we make it hard because of lack of discipline, lack of routine, lack of structure.
Well, also fasting's biblical.
Yeah.
Like they used to fast as I think that there's something to fasting.
I agree.
And like water fasts where you just drink water for a day.
Yeah.
I've done it.
What's the longest fast you've done?
Well, I say a day, but it wasn't because it was a day and then 18 more hours. So, I don't know, 36 hours.
Dana White did a 30-day fast?
Yeah, I've never done that shit.
That shit's extreme. I couldn't do that.
I get hungry in the morning and I'm hungry while I'm not eating because you're fucking, hungry.
Yeah.
But dude, hunger is good.
I agree.
Hunger is a good feeling. Have you ever had massive food and then got heartburn and shit?
You're nostalgic. You're just lazy.
And when you eat clean for a period of time and then you go eat shit food, you feel like shit. I eat shit. I feel like shit. Yeah. It's gotten to a point where now it's like on my cheat day, I don't even cheat anymore.
Because you regret it.
It just feels like shit. Yeah. Like, dude, when you eat clean and you eat smart and you watch your macros, your energy's better. Yeah. Then you start looking better. Then your clothes start feeling better.
And that makes you feel even better because the confidence is there. Yeah.
And then not only that, I mean, it's all the mind. Yeah. I think it strengthens your mindset, and the mind is the controller of everything. That's what people don't get. Mindset, the habits. It says here that you teach habits. Like I always preach mindset, skill set, habits. If you want to get rich, your mindset, a lot of people they're limited and they're scarce based when they need to be abundant and unlimited. Then there's the skills. They're all positive and shit and they got the right mindset, but they suck at what they do. Like, dude, that takes practice over and over, repetition, 10,000 hours of mastery. So whatever it is you want to do, just put the damn time in.
Put the reps in. And
then what happens is people don't get results fast enough. And then their mindset drops and they don't realize it's their mindset. So they quit. No. They don't keep going.
Yeah.
So then you got your mindset. Now you got your skills up, right? Well, then it's your habits that'll screw you. Because if you're really, positive and you got skills, you got talent, but your habits,
your vices,
it'll whack you.
It'll hold you back.
So I started focusing on the habits, and now it's like, dude, if you can master the mindset, skill set, and the habits, dude, you can be as rich as you want to be. The question is how rich do you want to be? And then people are like, well, I want to be really rich, but they're not willing to get up in the morning and have a routine. They're not willing to freaking not put food in their mouth.
Their schedule, their action reflect otherwise.
So there's a lot of listeners listen to this show because it's an entrepreneur based show. So obviously the lessons that they're hearing right now is, dude, you started, you made observations, you made adjustments. You saw opportunity rather than challenges. You turned challenges into opportunities. Mm-hmm. That's the basics. And when people are like, oh, geez, how'd you do it? It's like, theoretically, if you lined up what you did and what I've done here and what they've done there, we all did the same shit.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science. It's just, we didn't stop. number one, we started. Number two, we didn't stop. And then ultimately you started doing the right things. That's a habit.
Yeah.
So when it comes to working out, okay, you started with the food, then you went to the gym business.
COVID
mastered that.
Yeah.
Well, after COVID, now it's a thriving gym. Yeah.
Yes, now it is. Yeah.
Madhouse. I'm sure there's people going, yeah, Madhouse. You got the merch and all that.
Yes, sir.
So then you decided, hey, let me take this bigger and let's start like training people.
The training, it wasn't until I once again saw like, look, I have the meal prep company, I have the gym. Why isn't everyone crushing it? Like they have all the resources, and I know it because I'm offering it. So I saw another issue with the market, that people's mindset, people's habits, everything you're talking about. That's exactly what I started seeing. That New Year's resolution, new year, new me. I would see a
week,
a week or two, and then come January, 80% already quit. Why? They don't have structure. They don't have mindset. They don't have a reinforcement of rewiring information. I need to be able to take someone from the beginning, go on to education, show them proper nutrition, proper training, go into giving them results, because then they get hooked, because you have to give a client results quickly. Because if not, they get discouraged, and you talked about it, they'll just say, oh, this shit isn't working. They want instant gratification. So they'll just, So being able to give them the results, and then focusing on then rewiring, rebuilding them. That's when ASARO rebuild protocol was built.
Called ASARO?
Yes, sir.
ASARO protocol. What? There was something else on their protocol. It's a good name. Where did I see that? What's the full name of it?
That's it. ASARO coaching, yeah.
ASARO protocol? No, I saw something else. Hold on. Let me see what we got here. ASARO protocol.
You help me rename it. I love it.
Well, it said something. It was a pretty good name. So Macro Fit Meal Prep, Madhouse Gains, ASARO. The ASARO rebuild protocol.
Yeah, the rebuild protocol.
The rebuild. You want to rebuild yourself.
Yeah. That's when I saw, okay, look, I can't just have someone and overwhelm them and tell them, hey, I'm going to give you a lifetime transformation in 12 months, because people sometimes don't even have their own goals set for 12 months. So I'm like, okay, I need to be tactical. I got to give them just enough to where just a spark. So that came with a 6-week program, just to give them a little bit of movement, a little bit of nutrition. From there, a 3-month actual program that they graduate to give them foundation. That 6 month to see the shift in their life, because now they got their nutrition on check. They have their habits, their training, and then the full year lifetime transformation. What's interesting is, and I had this conversation with Jesus because he's helped me throughout the whole process, was sometimes limited mindset. I've gone through building my 7-figure businesses from scratch with my team. So I know what it takes. I know the hard work. I know I'm going to show up tomorrow. But even then, sometimes we think too small. And that was a huge reflection myself. I'm like, look, I got to go massive. I got to go bigger. A 6-week program. And I did it, because I wanted to. It was right around January 6th, New Year's resolution to help my members get, going. And since then, it's evolved drastically to now having over 400 active clients in my program. From there, seeing the impact that we're having from stories that had lost in their family, never had been in a gym before.
Well, it changes their mindset, changes their freaking physiology.
Yeah.
Which changes their life.
Their outlook, their perspective, their day-to-day, everything.
And again, I mean, like, you get them a quick spark like that, dude, that's enough for some people to like push the rest of the way.
Momentum. Yeah.
So that's the thing you're most excited about now is the ASARO rebuild protocol.
I mean, it's exciting across the board because everything translates. I'm currently expanding Madhouse to Madhouse 2.0. We're doubling up the space. We broke ground 2 weeks ago, and it's going to be epic.
Dude, you could easily raise money and go big if you wanted to. Cause like if you're successful doing what you're doing, like you don't even ship. You don't, I mean, you're like, hey, dude, you're going to have problems if you ship. I know, but dude, there's way more people outside of LA than in LA. So like you're holding to your guns with that. Cause if I were you, like if you wanted me to invest in your business, I'd say, dude, as long as you figure out a way to ship, dude. Yeah. Yeah, because this is going to reach people in 92 countries. There's going to be people wanting that damn shit, but they're not even going to click now because like they're not in LA. Yeah. So like, well, how about the ASARO, the protocol?
That was what I saw the issue with the market when I talked to Raf, which joining the Real Coach allowed all of that. I'm restricted currently because of the brick and mortar, my reach, right? Because I can't ship. Not that I can't, just I haven't. The gym, same thing. You can come to my facility, but how far are you going to drive? There's other gyms. You'd love to come, but you can't come to me. The ASARO rebuild protocol is going to allow me to have exactly that reach.
Well, then you need to open up a macro fit kitchen. And by the way, dude, you could go brick and mortar. Like I told you, Protein House.
Protein House.
Dude, you go down to Protein House right now, check it out. And you'll be like, damn, this is good shit. Well, you could tell a story 3 years from now. I was on this podcast, told me about Protein House. Because, dude, macro fit, I'll come pick up the food. Why can't I come in and just sit down and eat? So again, now you could get macro fit kitchen, which would be the restaurant. Yeah. And dude, there's lines of people out the door for this place.
We're gonna mark this conversation because
it's good tasting, healthy food. You know what I mean? And that's what you're doing. And you could get macro fit kitchen going. You could ship. You could figure out a way to ship. Like, you know, if you shipped them to me, maybe I can't get, 2 weeks worth because then I'd have to freeze it and it won't taste as good. But you could overnight ship me. And not only that, dude, how about just more affluent people that don't need, like I'd pay you extra to ship it. Like there's people that ship caviar in from Russia.
Like, you have the means, yeah. You want it
we'll start catering to people with means, because like, dude, you're only in LA. So like, I wouldn't even be, if I heard this and I'm in Vegas, I'd be like, damn, well, if I ever moved to LA, I know where to go next.
If I visit. Yeah. No, you're right.
But if I was hearing, dude, click the link, I'll ship it out to you. You'd be getting tons of people wanting to at least try it. Yeah. Because I don't think meal prep's a bad idea, and I don't think anyone else does either. It's the flavor of the food they ship. Because I don't know what it is, but a lot of them, they don't taste that good.
You want a little secret about it?
Sazon?
Marinades. Yeah. They don't marinate their foods. You know why? Because it adds another whole operation. Imagine to create the marinade, to unpackage hundreds, thousands of pounds of food just to put into a container. Logistically, payroll, it's another, but we do it because we understand.
Because you want to do it right.
Yeah.
You want people to like your food.
Yeah.
Well, again, if I were you, I would be thinking about expansion. Because when you have something that goes well locally, the question is how do we expand it internationally? Maybe not even internationally, just interstate.
Interstate. Huh?
Yeah, but and with your quality control, man, then you're just going to have to open up brick and mortars, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Why not just start putting macro fit kitchens? Because with this training program, if anybody's out of shape, fat, wants to be in better shape, doesn't understand what macros are, they can reach you. You'll teach somebody wherever they are. Mm-hmm. But dude, if you're going to teach me, why not get me the food?
Everything.
Even if you have to open up a kitchen. But it starts with the knowledge, starts with the, teaching them the macros and giving them that little 6-week spark. So what do people do about the program? Since that's you could do that in 92 countries.
So just hit the link.
What is the link?
ASAROcoaching.com. You'll see it. Hit the link. You'll have a quick pre-qualification, asking a couple questions. What are you struggling with? What are your goals? From there, we book a call and we get to work. We talk about what you truly want. With my current program, why I feel like we've had the highest success so far, we go heavy on your why. Why do you want to change? Truly. And I don't work with people if they don't. I have the Big Boy Challenge that we're starting. Their prerequisite they have to submit their picture of their current weight. You have to be 250 pounds or heavier, and you have to submit your Y video.
Dude, I'm close to 250 right now.
You look good at 250, Brad. You're like 235.
Close to 250.
Lean muscle.
Now, I bet you if I weigh myself right now, about 220.
220.
But
what's the leanest you've been?
Leanest? Well, I don't.
For that bet you told me about.
I don't go by weight because, dude, your weight doesn't matter.
Right.
It's your body fat.
But
the leanest I've been is ever in my life is 10.2% body fat.
The reason why I ask weight, because it does, obviously I have a bodybuilding background, right? So I have a client that's 6.5% body fat, but if he's 140 pounds opposed to my physique or my classic competitor that's 220 at 6% body fat, that's a drastic amount of muscle, of lean tissue, right? So I always ask, okay, what was your weight and how was your body fat? Because it gives you relative understanding of how much muscle.
When I was at 10.2, which you could completely see abs, I still had maybe a little bit, I've never gotten it completely off where I'm just specimen.
Yeah.
Which I think I'm going to do in the next 90 days.
You should.
Well, we'll see. I mean, see me in 90 days. I'll tell you, maybe I won't, but I don't care because I'm doing it so it's sustainable. I'm not going to do it to where it fucks up my health, costs me, hormone change. Yeah. Like I don't want any of that. I don't want headaches. Like this is just easy for me to do.
No.
So, and I don't do macros. I probably should incorporate the macros because in my window, I eat whatever I want. Now I do keep it clean when I'm in this phase.
Yeah.
So like 8 ounces of lean ground beef.
Yeah.
I love hamburger, by the way. Like, dude, I could eat hamburger all day long, man. Hamburger's good. So lean ground beef, maybe a New York strip, but some sort of protein. Then I'll do a half cup of white rice. People want to hear, it's like, this is just what I get. I don't know. And then I get a half avocado and a fried egg. And I eat it with ketchup. No ketchup. Fuck you. I'm eating ketchup. Okay. Fuck you with your no ketchup shit. I'm doing ketchup. I'm doing sauces like pound sand. I don't care if I have a little bit left because I'm not in a show.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm healthy. I get my blood done every quarter. So like, I know what's going on health wise.
Yeah.
And guess what? If you show me a homemade, organic, sugar-free ketchup that's even better and it tastes good, I'll be happy to use it.
Yeah.
But I'm putting ketchup on my hamburger and my avocado, egg, rice mix. And I eat it almost every day when I'm doing this program because it's freaking delicious. I love it. It's not health. It's not diet food to me. Like it tastes delicious. If I go with you guys down here right now, that's what I'm ordering.
My post on Instagram every time, because I have to live it and I have to embody it. And that's my discipline. I always show what I eat, what I cook, my macro fit, my tracking. I always post. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And it has to be sustainable. It has to be enjoyable. It has to be sustainable. The more you know about macros and why I always tell my clients, like, just do it, because that feedback will give you and open up your palettes and options when it comes to, hey, let me try this. Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, I used to eat a lot of that. Fuck, I can't have that anymore because it's going to put me off here. So then you get creative.
It's hard to hit macros. I tried that diet once. They gave me just the macros to hit. And it's like, I even had the little Fit Buddy or whatever it's called. And I'd put everything in there and it would be like, I did pretty good, but I was a little short here and a little heavy there. And every time I'd try to fix it, it was like, nope, it just wouldn't work. It was like, it was always off somehow.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you get exact freaking macros? Well,
I always tell clients, well, absolutely. It helps. It facilitates a lot because obviously it's already weighed out for you. You can plug it in and it gives you already some parameters to hit. But I always tell clients, look, it's not about perfection. It's about effort. I always get them, look, it's a 5 gram variance. You go up 5 grams, you go down 5 grams, you're winning. Like at the same time, the things that we over obsess end up controlling us. I don't want that. I want you to make better choices, better, move better, just be healthier. And so having that understanding gives you that power. And that's all we're doing.
So ASARO coaching.com.
Yes.
ASARO, ASARO coaching.com. Anybody that's out of shape, tired of it, wants to become better, knows that they deserve better, go to ASAROcoaching.com and let this dude, I mean, it's worked for hundreds of people already locally. It now can, help you. What drives you to want to like help the people?
That's a really good question. And it came full circle. When I started MacroFit, it was seeing the impact that I had on my brother. He went from 25, out of shape, feeling like shit, addict, drinking, smoking, wasting away his life, to then empowering him with his body. That then translated to him starting a business and me co-founding that with him. Fast forward, his mindset has shifted. His trajectory of life has shifted. The impact him and I have been able to create with our platform has been positive. Now with Madhouse, training everyone, seeing kids, the youth coming in, seeing them every day, not in the streets, because growing in Southgate, let me just say, I had friends that were gangbangers, drug addicts, getting girls pregnant. What was their trajectory of life? But if they had somewhere to go to better themselves physically, mentally, we'd be doing a service. And having those two platforms was great. And I was building my empire, and I was financially free out of the system. I'm good. I'm happy, but I wasn't. There was a huge void. Meeting Jesus, taking on now coaching and going full circle from my brother being my first transformation. Now with my current clients and the progress, the impact that we're doing, it's been life-changing for me. It's giving me a different spark in me.
That's because you're helping people.
I'm being of service. I'm helping people.
And what's funny is I keep trying to tell people, if you can just figure out how to help people, genuinely just help people, you'll make all the money you want. Because everyone comes to me, they just want to make money. It's like, dude, you got to quit trying to make money and just start trying to help, like authentically and genuinely help people. And the money pours in. It's crazy when you think about it, because my first half of the life, all I wanted was money, and I could get some, but not a lot. And then I stopped worrying about the money and just started trying to help people. Honestly, like, money was secondary, and boom, the freaking floodgates opened up and all the money came. But I'll tell you what made more money come, when I started getting in shape, because for some reason, the more fit and healthy you are, the better everything works, the better you think, the more recognized opportunity, the better relationships. Because again, let's face it, people judge you when they look at you. And if you want to come work here and all of a sudden I think to myself, well, you can't even freaking control what's going in your mouth, bro. So again, and I was affected. I was the same as that. So like I was probably limited, didn't even know it.
Yeah.
So then I started getting in shape. Next thing you know, it's like, damn, this feels better. My kids, I'm an example. You know what I'm saying? So it changes things. So again, to me, getting in shape expedited and exponentially accelerated success. So I would tell everybody listening, if you just want to get rich, like fuck all the diet bullshit, I just want to be rich, dude, get in shape. I guarantee you being in shape is going to help you with everything else you actually want. It's not going to hurt you. It's going to help you. I don't have time, dude. The time's relative. You're not prioritizing it. And that's the problem. And 5 years later from now, someone's going to be like, making the money they want to make and then die of a heart attack or has some issue, diabetes. They got to get on medications. It's like, dude, health is probably, I would say, the most important thing. There's only one more important thing over health that I put more important than health: relationships. And the reason I say it is because, do you have kids?
No.
Do you have kids? None of you guys have kids? No. You guys need to start fucking.
Oh, that's relative. We talked about
that's a different question.
That's a different question.
But to me, I have kids. I would give up my health for theirs, which that's a relationship. So in reality, like health, there's nothing more important. People are like, no, that's the most important. And it is, because if you lose your health, dude, you pay all your money to get it back.
Right.
I'd rather be broke and healthy than rich and unhealthy.
Right.
Because dude, it's like, no, like if I said, I'll give you $1 million, but you got to literally, feel like shit and be 6 months away with some terminal illness. Nobody's going to take it.
Right.
So they value health more than money, but they sacrifice their health for the money. It's like, pay attention to your health. You can have it all. It's called balance. You invest a little in your health. You invest a little in your finances. You invest a little in your relationships. And pretty soon you start to realize, like, dude, there's nothing more important.
You're building.
So, folks, appreciate you coming in, Arturo. Arturo Sorrow.
Yes,
It's almost like a fake name. It's almost like it was you just created it.
No,
Sounds like a golfer name too. Are you ever going to get back into golf?
I am. I told myself that
It's got to be healed now, bro.
it is. There's still ache like everything else, but
Boo-hoo.
correct. At that point, you just play with it.
Yeah.
Now more so is the time.
Do you still go play?
No,
You don't even play?
I don't even play.
If you went out, what kind of score you think you'd get?
if we went out today, depending on the track, the difficulty, I'll shoot low 80s right now.
Even
if you give me a month, 2 months, consistently mid 70s. If I'm able to
I shoot in the 70s.
Oh shit, I know you're
If it's any hotter than that, I don't like to play.
because of the weather.
Yeah.
But
Like it starts to get 80, 85, 90. Now it's too hot.
No.
But I'll shoot in the 70s all day long.
You do that here? You go in California, LA? You do that a lot?
My scores usually in the high 90s because I don't have time, and that shit takes time,
It takes
bro.
time.
I figure when I retire, I'm going to go become a scratch golfer. It takes time, dude. It takes practice. I don't think I can't do it. In fact, I think I could get on tour. All it is like you said, play until your hands bleed. Be obsessed with it. Practice all the time. You look at some of these golfers, they're not like amazing specimens. They've put in the time and the focus and the mindset. They've done the work. That's all it is work. You want to be a PGA professional? Do the work. You want to be in shape? Do the work.
Successful entrepreneur, do the work.
That's all it takes. And yeah, shit happens, but guess what? So what? That's called life.
So that's the only reason why I don't play right now, because of what you said. I'm currently obsessed with what my journey is, and I'm going all in.
Well, folks, listen up. If you guys want someone like that on your side, go to Arturo Coaching. Or ASARO.
ASARO Coaching.
ASAROcoaching.com. That he can do everywhere. If you guys are in the LA area and you want some kick-ass, pre-made, ready-to-go food, macrofit.com. So I'm surprised you got that. That's a good one because macros are important.
Yeah.
That's the trick, right? Macros.
That's the secret sauce.
But last, before I let you go. So everybody said you got to have this many grams per body weight in order to gain muscle. And yeah, now I did a DEXA scan when I started this last one. I dropped a ton of body fat. I was like probably 21% body fat. Got down to 10.2.
That's great.
And my muscle, I gained, I think 14, 15 pounds of muscle. So I was not eating 200 grams of protein.
Okay.
I probably barely got 80 a day.
Oh.
And I still built muscle. So when people say you have to, you don't have to do shit. I don't think. Why? Because everybody's different.
Everyone's different.
Now, maybe the TRT helped. But I mean, TRT, dude, listen.
It doesn't do magic. Does it help? Yeah,
it helps dude, I was on TRT when I was fat. Okay. Jab him with TRT for 6 months. I guarantee
if we don't change his habits, if we don't change the diet, nothing will happen.
Nothing will happen if you guys take TRT. You're not going to get in shape and you're not going to get muscular because you take.
The only people that say it does, it's a cop out, is people that don't want to even try.
Dude, I've done it. I'm telling you, I've been fat and pudgy and soft taking TRT. You need to work out.
Yeah.
The TRT is an accelerant. So when you work out, your muscles.
You're stimulating the muscle, correct?
Well, you're tearing the muscle. And then your food, your nutrition, builds the muscle fibers back even stronger. So it doesn't tear again the next time. Easily. Then you tear it again, and then it builds it again. And pretty soon your muscles got bigger. Well, that's how it works. TRT, which is testosterone, your body already makes it. If you ask me, I think they're putting shit in the food to where men are getting less and less and less natural testosterone because it's by design, dude. They're trying to turn us into freaking
they want
betas.
You weak. They want you beta.
They want us weak. They don't want us to be able to be strong and masculine. They want us to be weak and beta. And feminine. I think in the food and all that, it's deteriorating natural testosterone. So I am all for replacing it. Not if you don't need it. Dude, you're walking around at 900 testosterone, dude, you're good.
You're good.
Don't take it.
No.
You don't need it. But if you're walking around at 300, 400, and you're 23, dude, there's a problem. I don't care what you say.
If you're 20 years old and you're coming in at 300, there's something going on, and there's things that you can do to help. The diet, the sleep,
nutrition, plastics, all the crap going on.
But you have to optimize. That's all it is.
So just to finish, it tears it down. Well, when you take testosterone or produce it, it doesn't matter how you get it. As long as you get it, the testosterone accelerates that. So let's say, for example, if I wasn't on testosterone and I worked out, it would tear the muscle down. And let's say, for example, only that it would take 3 or 4 days to build back the muscle fiber. Well, on testosterone, it might build back in a day. So it just accelerates. It doesn't do it. It just accelerates it. Because if I didn't tear the muscle, it wouldn't rebuild more.
Right.
So when people like hear about peptides, stem cells, testosterone, they think it's steroids.
They're thinking anabolic. They're thinking what they're seeing.
They're thinking Anavar, Deca, Winstrol V, Tren.
Yeah.
And again, that's a trend right now.
Yeah.
You see people all jacked and veiny and they're like, I'm not on anything. It's like
big natties. That's what we call them in the industry.
Well, I mean, dude, you can tell when someone's on something, dude. You don't get that jacked all by yourself.
How grainy the tissue looks, the pumps, all that types into it. But yeah, there's definitely a huge going back and forth, because if you're able to create an audience on your appearance and you don't want to discredit yourself from taking anything that's enhancing that, because you're going to feel that's going to affect your livelihood, your business. So what do? You make these false claims, and you're misguiding the youth into a different road. It's a dangerous road.
It's a very dangerous road. And just for disclaimer purposes, check with your doctor.
Yes.
Get your blood work before you go do anything.
Yeah.
But if you're over 40, which I am, that's what I say. Like, if you're over 40, dude, go get your blood work. If for some reason your testosterone level is below what I say is 300, because when I took it, the doctor told me that I went to, he said, no, you're good. I said, what's the level? He said 450. And
in comparison to what?
Yeah. And I said, cool. I said, so I'm good. He said, yeah. Then I talked to another doctor, and this doctor was shredded.
Yeah.
And he said,
let's get you to 800.
You need to be like 800-900.
Yeah.
That's probably ideal. And, let me take your blood work, see where you are. I said, I'm at 450. He goes, well, if you're at 450, bro, you probably need to replace some testosterone. And I said, well, let's try it. Boom. All of a sudden, dude, it was like freaking, yee, dog, I'm back.
You said that you took it when you're pudgy, right?
Yeah.
You're how old?
56.
How is your body when you were 36?
Pudgy.
So you're in better shape now than you were.
I'm in better shape now than I was, except for a couple times in my life. Like a couple times I got in killer shape, but I did it the way that it was unsustainable. Yeah, dude, it was constant working out. Oh. Hour of cardio in the morning, hour cardio at night, walking around with my food. And it was tilapia. Well, have you ever had cold tilapia? I ain't ever eaten tilapia ever again. I'd rather be fat. Fuck tilapia right in the butt. I'm not taking that shit. I don't care what you say. I like salmon, but I'm not doing tilapia.
Yeah.
I'll do sea bass.
Yeah.
I'll do
Chilean sea bass.
Yeah. I'll do, I'll do fish, but like tilapia, nope. Not ever touching it, because I was carrying my food around and I was on a plane. So I'm like, okay, I better bring my food. And then I'm on the plane. They won't heat it up because, they don't want it to smell like tilapia.
Yeah.
And they just wouldn't.
No one's going to like that.
So I just sat there and I'm supposed to eat every 3 hours and keep my furnace burning and all the shit.
Metabolism running. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I ate this tilapia, dude. And I was like trying to just force it down. I got off the plane, threw it in the freaking garbage.
Never again.
Went to a, at the airport, there was a restaurant, went to the restaurant and I said, hey, give me a cheeseburger, no cheese, no bun. They gave me lettuce, 2 big beef patties, tomato. I threw some ketchup and some mustard and just ate that shit. Delicious. And guess what? That's what I kind of eat like now. I just get rid of breads, pastas, and sugars.
Since you like ground beef so much, my chef, he did what we call his creation. It's a doggy bowl. It's just ground beef patty, blueberries, raspberries, fried egg. That's it. Basically exactly what you said that you like. Doggy bowl.
It's called a doggy bowl?
Doggy bowl, yeah.
Why doggy?
Because you feed your dogs just meat.
You don't feed them berries.
Yeah, you do.
You do?
Yeah.
Dogs eat berries?
My dogs do. Yeah, I have 2 schnauzers.
Well,
and plus, what I'll do too, just to kind of keep
the berries to me are the dessert.
Sorry,
the berries to me are dessert.
Why?
Well, I wouldn't eat it mixed with meat.
Yeah, try it. Just try it. Just try it. It gives it a little contrast. A little.
I'll try it.
Just try it. Be like, honey, give me some berries. Put it in here.
Well, it's crazy that sometimes I've heard things that sounded gross, and you try it, and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But I eat berries with whipped cream as dessert now. Yeah, so I'll go in and get a steak.
Yeah.
Blue cheese wedge.
Berries with whipped cream.
Berries with whipped cream.
Do you ever mix?
And I'm telling you, dude,
we're hungry. We're gonna eat that.
I'm telling you, dude, it's delicious. You want the best one ever? Go to Fleming's. Dude, Fleming's Steakhouse. They're the only one open like at lunch.
Yeah.
If it was time, almost time, maybe I could move my window. Let me check my schedule. Folks, go to ASAROcoaching.com. If you're in local LA area, go to macrofit.com. Go follow this dude at ASARO_5. I'm glad you're rocking it. I'll bet you anything 3 years from now, you'll be 10 times bigger because you're doing the right shit for the right reasons.
I'll come back and then I'll tell you I'm international.
Until next time, kids, keep it real.
Love that.